The story of the man the world would call Heracles begins with desire and deception. Alcmene, the wife of the general Amphitryon, lived in Thebes while her husband was away at war. In his absence, Zeus, the king of the gods, descended from Olympus, transforming himself into the likeness of Amphitryon to deceive her. To ensure their union was undisturbed, Zeus commanded the sun not to rise, stretching a single night into 3. When the true Amphitryon returned shortly after the god had departed, Alcmene greeted him with a confusion that soon turned to a strange reality. She had conceived twins. One was Iphicles, the son of Amphitryon. The other was Alceus, the birth name of Heracles, the son of Zeus. Hera, the queen of the gods and Zeus's wife, did not direct her fury at him, but at the child who represented his infidelity. As Alcmene's labor began, Hera dispatched Eileithyia, the goddess of childbirth, with a cruel command: prevent the birth at all costs. Eileithyia sat outside Alcmene's chamber, crossing her legs and lacing her fingers in a ritualistic lock that magically bound Alcmene's womb. The birth stalled for days, leaving Alcmene in agony, until a clever maidservant named Galanthus intervened. Sensing a divine presence, Galanthus ran out of the chamber and shouted that the child had been born by the will of Zeus. Startled by the apparent failure of her spell, Eileithyia leapt up and uncrossed her limbs. In that moment of broken concentration, the lock snapped. The twin boys were delivered, but the victory came at a cost. An enraged Hera transformed the loyal Galanthus into a weasel as punishment for her trickery. According to tradition, Athena brought the infant to Hera and presented him as an abandoned child. Hera took him and nursed him. The child fed with such force that she pushed him away. The milk that spilled across the sky became the Milky Way. Later, through the Oracle of Delphi, the boy Alceus was named Heracles. The name Heracles translates to the glory of Hera. It was a title meant to appease the goddess and signal that his great deeds would ultimately serve her divine plan. In the Roman tradition, he was called Hercules. Hera's first direct attempt on his life came when Heracles was only 8 months old. She sent 2 snakes into the nursery while the twins slept. Iphicles woke and cried out in fear. Heracles reached for the snakes. When Amphitryon rushed into the room with his sword drawn, he found the infant sitting upright in the crib. With the calm curiosity of a god, Heracles held one strangled snake in each hand, their life crushed out by his tiny fingers. It was the first undeniable proof that he carried a power that bypassed the limitations of mortality. As he grew, Heracles received the education of a noble Greek youth, studying music, combat, and archery. However, his strength moved faster than his restraint. During a music lesson, his teacher, Linus, struck him for a mistake. In a flash of blind instinct, Heracles struck back with his lyre, killing the man instantly. Though he was acquitted under the law of self-defense, the event proved he was too volatile for city life. Amphitryon sent him to the rugged slopes of Mount Cithaeron to be tutored by Chiron, the wise centaur who had shaped heroes like Achilles. Chiron did not try to suppress the boy's power. He taught him to guide it through medicine, hunting, and discipline. Eventually, Heracles was sent to the mountains of Cithaeron to tend cattle, where his destructive potential could do the least harm to society. It was in the high pastures of Cithaeron that Heracles faced his first true trial. A monstrous lion was ravaging the region, and for 50 days Heracles tracked the beast. During this hunt, he stayed with King Thespius, who, hoping to instill Heracles' strength into his own bloodline, sent a different one of his 50 daughters to the hero's bed every night. Heracles eventually cornered the lion and killed it after a relentless hunt, bringing an end to the terror it had spread across the land. This victory marked his first great feat, a display of endurance, skill, and growing strength. This is Heracles at the threshold of legend. He is a man born of an illusion, nourished by a goddess who hates him, and marked by a strength that is both a gift and a curse. Ahead of him lies a looming darkness, a madness sent by Hera that will force him to commit an unspeakable crime against his own family. It is that blood and the need to wash it away that will lead him to the 12 labors and the ultimate test of what it means to be a hero.